Well, here we are again. It's another day. It's still the 9th, and it's still February. It's the day after the class that happened yesterday, and from what I can tell, my card has been filled regarding, see that? That means I can honestly wear something like, a couple of pins like these, and actually mean it. Yesterday I came in for the shots, and you know, I had another video that was lousy at real lousy in the audio, and I gotta get a replacement on the headsets on those damn things, or else get those things fixed up. I don't know, but learn how to increase my volume, especially when I'm dealing with the headsets and also dealing with the earbuds and dealing with anything else that's going to be cordless or not cordless, because I can't hear mumbling. Especially when I'm doing it about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, or even 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't even want to be bothering the neighbors left and right. So, yesterday I went out and got my shot. And it wasn't the most wonderful thing in the world to go through. It never is supposed to be. Because for me, it's always a pain in the arm. Literally. Which I'm still dealing with. It's going to be about 2 or 3 days before this pain subsides a bit. And no, I haven't had any Tylenol yet. I generally do take Tylenol for such stuff like this, but I just said, fuck it, just let it go. I'm not trying to be a manly man in that damn thing. It's just, I can't stand dealing with getting stabbed, dealing with doctors, dealing with nurses. And yesterday, I will tell you that I was feeling a bit of panicky a bit, but I managed to get myself a first appointment in and out. This was an LA County run operation over at the Antelope Valley College yesterday. And for a few brief hours in our student services area, usually where they have the board meetings at, they had it commandeered for the injection clinic. 3 weeks ago, we had a different group coming in for that. It may have been Kaiser, I may have been off on that one, or it could have been LA County, one of those two. But regardless, I couldn't even do the shot 3 weeks ago, just when the school schedules were getting themselves established for this entire semester, and I'm trying to get myself into the role and into the trying to get into the spirit of going to the classes all the time and dealing with that and focusing on that, instead of dealing and focusing on panicking over a damn needle prick going into the damn arm and giving me more pain than I can deal with. The last time I had a shot, the second COVID shot, I had a technician over at a Rite Aid. Didn't know how to bitch darn, but knew how to put the damn needle into the arm and hit the plunger. I felt it all, and I'm like, Let's face it, I cannot stand needles, and if you guys have been watching my videos, you know how much I have a problem with medical professionals. The first COVID shot that happened at the same over at the same Rite Aid was a different technician altogether. We hit it off. We communicated, and he found a way to get me without getting me. Next time in bed, put the needle in there, didn't even feel the damn thing, pulled it out, still didn't feel the damn thing, till the next day when the arm was sore as hell. The only drawback on that one is I didn't get the reactions that they were expecting, but I did get the narcolepsy kicking in. I did get the lethargy kicking in. I did get a sore arm kicking in, but no fever. Just feel like, oh my God, what the hell have I gotten myself into? And this morning I was feeling the same way too. I was planning on either hitting the laundry or hitting the groceries, and I didn't. I hit the bed instead. Just lay down, just trying to sleep this damn thing off. I know my narcolepsy is getting worse and worse. Especially when I'm... Mama's, you okay? Little girl? Hold on, hold on. Okay. I know. I'm putting this over here again. Okay. Give me a second. I'll take care of it. Show the world something. Some of that matters a hell of a lot to me. A great deal. She felt it. But she's okay. I still hope she didn't get herself caught and neck broken or legs or anything else like that. This is my mom's. Hey, she's my baby. I'll put you down. The meaning of life right now, currently, is to take care of my dog. And to take care of my schooling. And to take care of everything else in life. But dealing with what I had to deal with, that wasn't the easiest damn thing in the world. You know, I had to get myself into a place mentally and physically. It's praying like crazy. Serenity prayer actually works. And then I didn't have to freak out or panic instead of trying to get over to the classroom and fight the narcolepsy left and right. It seemed like yesterday I couldn't even participate because my sleep situation was getting a lot worse. And that scared me a hell of a lot worse than a damn needle prick at this point over here. It's called priorities in your head that you have to balance things out. Meanwhile, people may scream and yell concerning about other people with their own mask mandates and their own liberties. God knows what else they got going on. And they may scream and yell with whatever they want. I don't give a flying hoot. I got vaccinated. I got my card filled. It's not just getting a card filled. It's called saving my ass, making sure if the COVID's going to be knocking on my door, it's not going to have any way in to really lay my ass out. Because I know I got mental. I know I've got multiple issues for the COVID to use on me. This is personally. I don't care about anybody else right now. This is for me personally. I'm trying to save my ass. Okay. I can go to places, show them this, and not care. I can wear a pin, as I showed you. Yeah, I can even show them this good kind of pin. Got that out of a Star Trek convention through the mail order. Ain't it cool? I like it too. But I like what it said, fully vaccinated. But that's a cool pin. I like to wear that and shine it. People just look at the dragon, but they see the borders. So now I can feel okay on that one. You think I'm feeling okay right now because my energy level is like, okay, I'm happy, I'm dancing, and I'm doing like, you know, it comes and goes. Mental health is the strangest damn thing I have ever dealt with in my life. I haven't had to deal with these kind of feelings, these kind of thoughts, these kind of moods where it puts me in at a high and then crashes me and starts grinding me into the damn gravel and this stuff. And then I'm supposed to come up and I'm supposed to be alive after that, after being grounded up in gravel because of the depression and the anxiety and the grief and the PTSD are all laughing their asses off and grinding me in the damn gravel as I'm trying to get back up and live. The grief because of the family gone, and Ma is going to be coming up on 10 years. And it's been hard as hell dealing with winter session ever since. But it's become more solidified because my brother passed away in September of 2018, which kind of put the winter session all the way through spring as murderous for me. Because I don't know whether or not if I'm actually going to be focusing enough. But I have to push myself, especially when I'm going over to college, because I have to keep pushing myself in my head. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I'm going to do shit if I'm going to get grounded up in the corn dust. But it's going to be done. I made a promise to my mother, I made a promise to my brother, I made a promise to myself. I mean, I kicked myself for 30 freaking years, come on. Out of high school, couldn't even do 2 years or 2.5 years of college without even graduating or passing. I just got the letter of separation, and Ma gave me two choices: unemployment or work my ass off. 30 years I worked my ass off. Perspective, context, life's lessons. So now, despite everything else that's gone insane in every state, in every town, in every county, in everyone's lives, I'm still dealing with college. I'm dealing with mental health illness. I'm dealing with issues regarding rent, regarding Social Security, regarding Medicare, regarding disability, regarding how to live and focusing on that. How to breathe, let alone how to keep a damn kitchen clean. But this is what I'm saying on my YouTube channel, is this is still going out there for the mental health. And even though I do have another channel out there, I rarely use it for mental health illness or anything else. If I can get something fun, I'll put it out there. But I know this channel is the most depressing, very depressing, because I'm dealing with a very depressing situation which happens to deal with depression. And this is no game. Mental health illness has been taking out people left and right. It has damn near taken me out too many damn times. It has put me into the bed. It has put me almost into the grave. I've had grief kicking my ass for a hell of a long while. Since God knows how long. Anxiety because I can't deal with the stress of life and anything else. I'm around the age of 4 years old, heart surgery, died 3 times, come back to life. You thank God for your life, but now you got a lifetime worth of challenges that drives you insane. Welcome to mental health illness. But you can do it, John, even though you're going to get your arm broken at this point over here, space smashed in a few times, car accident at this point over here, but you're a lucky kid. Doesn't matter if you get into a near-death accident at this point over here, you're still alive. Doesn't matter if you lose everybody else that you love. At this point, you're still alive. And lose the last 3 people, or 4 people actually, in my life that mattered a damn thing to me. There was a cousin named Tony Ray. There was a surrogate mother friend who was also like my adopted mother. Mary Dolores Butchers. My own mother, Ellen Ray Shaw, but otherwise called as Mary Ann. And then my big brother, the last, David Worth Shaw. The last 4 people actually meant a damn thing in my life. And you see the picture. Well, barely see the picture. On the cabinet. Last picture down. My family. My mother and my brother. And they do mean the damn thing to me. They mean they mean everything to me. I never knew how much grief can actually tear apart a person's life and put him into a different style and different thinking at this point. Until I lost both of them. And how much life had changed at that point, where some things were so enjoyable, you looked forward to them, and then they're no longer here and they're gone. Or how about, how many dogs in your life that you actually poured your heart and soul for? Lester, Peter, Rega, Sophie, Pierre, little boy, Buddy, little girl, Conan, Richard. I've had a lot of dogs. They made a great deal of me. A great deal of me. And it's kind of hard to deal with that one there too. I mean, that's more and more triggers. I have done a lot of videos, almost nearly 3 years, 2 years, I've lost track. Just for me to get past on the day-by-day issues of mental health, because I became a basket case when I lost my brother. I still had to deal with life, and parts of me were working on robotics and automatic and self-survival. But anything concerning about my adaptability, anything concerning about being a robot at this point over here, of trying to get things organized, trying to deal with things, anything that I felt like I was normal, gone, obliterated. Anything that I held in the highest esteem became crash and burn. Anything that I valued the most regarding days and times that were worthwhile, dust in the wind. A holiday season that people would be singing and cheering about became the hardest season for me to keep celebrating, no matter how many times I keep putting up Christmas decorations or leaving up Christmas decorations to keep the feelings going throughout the year if possible. I've done that maybe once. Barely worked. But I hate seeing an area being not taken up with some kind of something positive or anything. It's just depressing as hell. Right next to the laptop I'm doing this on, I've got a old-fashioned 60-year-old stereo equipment here with a flat table on top of it. You open up most of the table, you see the turnstile and the radio in it. Doesn't work all that well, but it's still good. And I used the table with a cover on it. Plaid, red plaid, as a holiday backdrop of sorts. I've kept up 3 small Christmas trees decorated on there with stuffed animals and stockings, those weird-ass caps you wear during the holiday season. But I had to have something. I had to have something that just meant something to me a little bit. I don't know why, I needed something there to make me remind myself what's important and what's special and what's needed, because right now I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the depression's kicking my ass in at this point. I'm feeling like I have to take another semester off of school just because I can't deal with life. And I said to myself, no, I'm not doing this. I gotta keep pushing it. Despite the fact I'm kicking myself in the ass in this damn shit. And the other survival instincts concerning about balancing a checkbook at this point. Yeah, I know it's an old-fashioned terminology, but deal with it anyway. I have to balance all the zeros and the ones in the damn thing. Just make sure I've got something to last for until the next month, maybe a little extra. Because there'll be extra things happening that way. And if I just keep the little extra balance, maybe I get to increase something, right? Or save something, right? Or maybe waste a whole damn thing for something else. In January was supposed to be my birthday. And I didn't do anything special for myself. Because I didn't feel anything special for me. I didn't. Despite the fact I keep running into these sayings on the social media. They're called memes. I suppose you've heard of those damn things, right? Those things that turn into pictures that you can trade and swap like you're doing trading cards. But this is the electronic stuff that you swap and share and post over here, post over there, post over anywhere else. And from different doctors and shrinks and stuff like that, trying to psychoanalyze you one way or another, and then seeing the responses from people, either agreeing or disagreeing with you, to see whether or not if you're dealing with life or not. And sometimes I see those people who are struggling. I mean, the ones who are really struggling, that they really wanted to do the final frontier, and that's it. And I can't tell you how many times I have thought of it. And the thing of it is, in my apartment here, I had to fight like crazy just to keep. When my brother passed away, I was going to be kicked out. Unless I made arrangements with management and corporate, and I had to fight like hell on it. But I still got it. I don't care about the rent rights. I still needed a roof over the head for a while. Until I can think of something else. I don't know. Until then, I've been going to college. But until then, I've been trying to survive. Until then. But this is my life. This is the thing I've been dealing with everything else. And I know what it's like to feel like everything's stacked against you. And I still have to fight. And what gets to me is when I get triggered one way or another, and I'm feeling the effects slowly but surely building up until I'm ready to explode, and I don't even realize it until there's going to be another instigator or initiator, and then tears in the chest going. I can't do that because I'd be gasping for breath during that time. I've been wheezing for life through these lungs, and I'm gulping down copious amounts of water. I keep going over to the tap and filling it up. I don't care that damn taste. I got used to a shit. Roseman's finest. And it doesn't matter what happens. I'm pouring the eyeballs out. I'm using too many napkins and tissues. Not because of the eyes, but because of the other leakage coming out from the other two holes in my face. Sometimes I have to wipe off the both. Because there'll be stuff on there too. And at this point, I mean, oh, you can't hear that one, can you? Of course, that's a silent one. That's a silent one. Oh God, I'm so crying. I'm so crying at this point over here. It's not even funny. I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm crying. Start tripping over. My eyeballs are leaking all over the place. And I'm not screaming with a huge volume. It's dead silence volume. Because at this point, it's pain, it's agony, it's everything I had to deal with in life, shoved in every damn session, every breathing, squeezing. Doesn't matter what it is, it's just coming out. It's like there's no words and no sound to really explore and explain and extrapolate that level of absolute agony where you can't deal with it. Your head's going to blow up because you're feeling the blood vessels having an issue. Your lungs are still squeezing and asking, pleading, demanding for air. And the eyeballs, don't even bother with the damn tear ducts, they're gone already. They're flooded out. And whatever you're muttering under your breath is between you and God at this point over here to hear it. Because that's what you're trying to do is just plead and pray at the same time. And that's pretty much the feeling of it. That's pretty much the thing. And it depends on how fast and how long this session goes. It can go from minutes to an hour if necessary. But by then, I don't know if I'm going to be living or not after that hour. I can see something on a screen, or hear something, or see the trigger in front of me without even realizing it, but I do realize it until it's too late. I'll see something dealing with, here's one, family, always. I mean, I'm here seeing people laughing or actually crying and hugging each other and commiserating with each other. Not laughing and enjoying themselves, even though that would be part of the click in the back of my head. Oh, no. The gears have already been spinning already at this point. They already have been. And it's like I'll turn on something and I'll turn on a commercial. I'll turn on a commercial where they're talking about adoption. And this one young lady is decorating a mailbox in the family that she's with. I've seen the raw emotion. I've seen the raw emotion in their faces. And I can see it in my image right now as it is. And it's like the upwelling of this. It's just coming up. This is not like your gut wants to do the bile routine. No. It's your spirit that wants to do the bile routine, but not involve the gut. Because it's the spirit inside that wants to do the crying and the barfing of its own. And that's why I'm like, I'm not barfing up anything physical that I ate in my stomach and that already digested, as disgusting as it sounds. I'm barfing up pain and misery and agony and loss. I'm barfing up a whole piece by piece. Yet, it's the hardest thing to go through. I do this at home. If I happen to do this out there, I know I get triggered left and right. But I have to keep putting myself in different situations where I'm not going to get that trigger. I'm not going to get that trigger. I'm not going to even see that trigger. I can't afford to see the trigger. I don't want to hear the trigger. I don't even want to see it. Because I know my safety point is when I get back home in these rooms, in my apartment. And I'm safe. Because here is where I'm safe enough. They go, blah! This is my ollie oxen frame. And I had seen too many instances right after my brother's death where the shock was wearing off slowly but surely. And then the pain was starting to increase. And then it started. And then I had to get it videotaped. I had to get it on audio recordings. I had to get myself massively recorded one way or another. And I hadn't stopped. If there was something interesting for me to tape regarding video, that I will. But anything concerning about daily routines or anything daily, it's always audio, because I can get it down, copy it on a flash drive, no problem at all. That and the video as well. The video had to be crafted. The video had to be told. It had to be presented in a way where people could understand. I mean, I look like a large, fat, ugly son of a bitch. I am. I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. I can put myself down like everybody else can. You want me to put myself down? Okay, I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. You can think about something else worse. Well, good night. I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. That's the worst I can think about myself. Oh, you can throw in all the other ugly epithets, but you know, that's not going to work. I'm a fool, I'm an idiot. And God doesn't even like hearing it. He created someone special. He didn't create a fool and idiot. I made myself like that one. I put myself in those situations. And then I have to be reminded, God didn't do it, I did it, and I can get out of it. Just by saying, screw it, I don't need it, I don't want it. I'm alright just the way I am. Despite the fact that I'm an emotional human being, that I'm broken inside, that all my suppressing controls inside my subconscious have been racked, stretched, and blasted, and overwhelmed, and God knows what else I can use for the adjectives on this one. I can throw in all the action words. But everything that I thought I was, I don't know anymore. Now I'm a new guy, I'm still trying to figure this shit out. And I hurt. I've hurt more than I've hurt anything else in my life. Till when you take out the staples out of my damn chest at the age of 4 years old, then I know what pain is all about. Because I can scream out I could scream out a dictionary full of slang, ugly terminology. I could scream and yell at a doctor and my mother about it and curse everybody else out. Worse than a pirate, worse than a salty sailor. Because you're taking staples out of a 4-year-old who's recovered from a heart surgery, died on a table 3 times, came back to life with a hell of a lot of baggage. But I'm still alive. And I'm still busting my ass. And yes, I will talk about what causes the thing, but I still have to talk about what solutions they are. It's the day by day, it's the minute by minute. It's trying to deal and cope with what's going on around you. And if you are able to do a few things around you, feel good about it. Don't tear your ass apart. I can't do that for this. I don't want to do that for this. I'm already screwed up right now as it is. But I'm not going to have anybody else out there trying to tell me how to feel and think. Because I already know I'm screwed up right now as it is. But I know me. I know me. At least now I'm trying to get to know me. Back then I knew me all the time. I knew I was a fearful bastard. I didn't like life. I really didn't, not much. But I like to celebrate life with Ma and David. And celebrate holiday seasons. Even have fun trips with my brother and my mother. We deal with the hardships. We dealt with earthquakes left and right. We dealt with near tragedy. We dealt with a lot of tragedy. I'm all that's left. I'm all that's left. Me here. Me, John Weaver. Me, John Cameron Weaver. Me, Pacific about that, okay? 56-year-old fart. I can go to school and see other people older than I am going into classes with me, surrounded by young kids that don't know their ass from hot rock. We can have arguments, we can have discussions with a teacher, and the kids are like, age of wisdom, perspective, context. But we also had heartache, and trials and tribulations and whatnot. I know I'm a fool, those who will not see. But at least I can look outside. I can walk outside in the sun. Well, declining sun right now anyway. Walk my dog, enjoy what's little left of the air outside. Feel alright for right now. That's how it should be. No one else likes it. They can be a fool and idiot themselves. Meanwhile, well, that was fun. I'm putting this right where I need it. Putting that right where I need it. There's a few other pins I'm putting right where I need it. We got a Super Bowl coming up on the Rams and Bengals coming. They're coming to SoFi Stadium on Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah. And if I happen to wear some of these pins, concerning about the masking, you know what? I don't care. They can say whatever they want. Me, I left the worst. I left the worst. So, without further ado, no, I'm not ready to cry just yet. I may have been triggered, but I'm not there yet. I'll probably do it off camera. Barf up a lump. At the same time. Not very fun, not very easy. But I'll tell you one thing. Before I take off this long ass diatribe. The show MASH. Very good series when it came out in the 70s through the 80s. Full of triggers for me. Because I'm getting a lot of reactions inside. I'm fighting like crazy. I'm not exploding. My brother was military a long time ago. It meant nothing. And it's military. Military Army Surgical Hospital. With all its wacky characters. But the family watched it and enjoyed it for decades. I'm trying to watch it and wolf it down without throwing up or barfing up or anything else like that. Let's just hope that if I can get through the entire series without breaking down, no, I'm saying it's going to happen anyway. So much for that little ideology there.